let's talk about kids and conflict. Who's got kids who fight? Ha ha ha. Sibling fighting comes with the territory. Sibling rivalry comes with the territory. If you have more than one child, you've got rivalry by its very nature. As our families have shrunk, so rivalry seems to get worse and worse. Why is that? Because 100% of my rivals sits across the kitchen table every bloody morning. If you've got 4 or 5, it sort of dissipates. There's companions and competitors, so it tends to feel more intense. Also, the bigger the family, the 5 or 6 of them, the fighting which goes on is sort of in the background somewhere. And also, one of the interesting things about bigger families is they have a sense of... families by their very nature are hierarchical and have their own way of actually keeping things in control. And sometimes it never gets to you, but it's sorted out in some way. So the prima donna stuff is less and less. For what it's worth, I got into this game in 1987 where I did some research and looked at 212 families and looked at what their issues were. And the highest issue was sibling fighting. That was from parents and kids from 3 to 12. I think it was 82% said sibling fighting was a significant issue, and about 48% said it's the number one. Fix it up, I'm out of here, was the issue. So if you're experiencing that, welcome to the real world. I look at families not so much do they fight, but the issue for me is do they pull together when the chips are down. It's more along those aspects. Will kids pull together when the chips are down? There's also a gender thing impacted. You might notice actually that boys' conflict resolution is fairly physical. And people often say, when do you step in? I don't know. Sometimes you let it go to a degree. My training under a fellow called Professor Maurice Bolson used to say you don't step in even when you see blood. Let them sort it out. I don't know, in this day and age, I won't go down there, but I offer it to you to think about. There's a certain notion of bear it, beat it and boot them out to it. Bear it if you can, beat it, get the hell out of there, and boot them out, well, outside's the fighting spot. That's one aspect, and that's looking at it from the notion of sometimes kids fight for your benefit. If you come along to the talk about coming up, which is about behaviour, secrets of well-behaved kids, what I'm going to talk about there is purposeful behaviour. Most behaviour for kids in a family context has some sort of purpose or payoff. Anyone got a child who whines at you? Like Chinese water torture. Whine, 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 whine. And why do they whine at you? Because they know it works. Eventually, if they keep whining, it'll give in. But I won't whine at Dad because he actually goes ballistic.